Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sport Breaks. I am your host, Dante Washington, aka Coach Peanut, back with another episode. Uh, Before we even get started, let's get the particulars out the way. Make sure you like and subscribe to Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, find us on all social media platforms. Subscribe, like, comment. You comment enough, I'm definitely going to answer every comment, each and every last one. The more likes, the more subscribes, the more I can do here, the more I can definitely put up on the channel. Period, point blank. I'm actually doing a video right now. So get at me all over the place. Again, Sport Breaks on Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasting from, and also Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. Let's go. As you can see, I'm Mr. Lake City down. Got my Lake City hat from our All-Star team when I was coaching. This jersey that I have on is the Carver High School Lions high school basketball jersey. The number 44 was worn by Mr. Chuck Montgomery, who was my recreation coach back in the day. He is a retired firefighter down here in Lake City. Reason I have all this on is my city is in homecoming right now, have been all week. So to show some love, show support for my city, the high school, all the kids I've coached, all the people I know, all the cats that have passed and gone on, everybody that's in the city, from the city. If you rep in the city, I didn't care if you graduated or if you didn't. You from the city, I got love for you. It is what it is. If you want a custom jersey made like this, like I had myself, I had it done. Holla at my man on Facebook. Look up Jersey Heroes. That is Jersey Heroes. Tell him the cat named Peanut that likes Green Bay that worked with him at Carbon Conversions sent you. And he may give you a small piece off. I don't know. I'm going to hit him up and tell him I plugged this in. All right. Anyway, let's go. You got it. Homecoming week. Boom. All right. Yesterday's action in college football was a doozy as always. I'm going to give you the scores. Of course, give you my thoughts. And again, if you want to interact with me, hit that like. Definitely make sure you subscribe first and foremost. Turn on that bell, as I am doing a video right now. So with no further ado, let's get on to it. The number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions played Northwestern, and this game was kind of iffy at first. Like I saw a few little score tickers, and I was like, man, Penn State ain't playing what like they supposed to be playing, you know. But second half, Penn State dropped that thing on them boy, man, and that was a wrap. The 6th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions ran off with the game 41-13 after having a horrendous first half that saw them down to the Northwestern Wildcats. 22nd ranked Florida Gators went to Kentucky looking to stay ranked rather, and they faced the Kentucky team that was undefeated, and Kentucky stayed that way with the 33-14 win. As to me, this game never was in doubt at all. Kentucky shut down Florida on all aspects of the game, and Kentucky looks like they could be that team to give Georgia a run for their money in the SEC East. They are both undefeated in the SEC East. So, you know, we will see. Let's see how it looks down the road. 8th ranked USC went to Colorado to face the Buffaloes and Mr. Shedeur Sanders, minus Travis Hunter, and a few other cats. Speaking of his brother was not in the lineup as well. I watched this game from start to finish. USC jumped out on Colorado, and Colorado clawed back. And when I say clawed back, in the last 2 minutes, the only thing they needed was to recover onside kick, which they did not. Ultimately, losing the game 48-41. Caleb Williams was 30 of 40 for 403 yards, 6 touchdowns. He also had his first pick of the season in this game. Washington had 8 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown for the Trojans. On the losing end, Shedeur Sanders went 30 of 45 for 371 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an INT himself. And I want to say Miller is a freshman. He caught 7 passes for 196 yards and a touchdown. Cat was on go yesterday, but Colorado is putting teams on notice even in losses, and of course the storylines will always and have been always recently about Coach Prime. But you need to understand that Coach Prime is just the coach. If he was playing in the game, none of these teams would have a fighting chance. Go look at his college highlights. Go look at his NFL highlights if you've been sleeping under a rock lately. So for Colorado to be a Power 5 school that does not have the same recruits coming in right now that the other power teams have, just it's looking pretty close right now. So give him a year of recruiting and putting his hand in that transfer portal, and it's gonna be on next year. That's for sure. So I'm riding with the Buffaloes. We gonna support everybody, but I like what the Buffaloes are doing. To say that they only won 1 game last year. Back to the action. Number 1, Georgia traveled to Auburn for their game, and I, for one, thought Georgia would lose this game. Quarterback was inconsistent coming in, and of course the defenses all held their own. Wasn't finding ways to get Brock Bowers the ball, but this game pretty much they took care of. They checked all the boxes that needed to be taken care of. But it took Georgia getting 10 points in the fourth quarter to top the Tigers 27-20. Brock Bowers in the game had 8 catches for 157 yards and a touchdown. 24th ranked Kansas traveled to the third ranked Texas Longhorns. Was a close game for about all of 1 quarter, and in the end, Texas ran off 40-14. Number 2 Michigan traveled to Nebraska and whooped up on Nebraska 45-7. Number 23 Missouri handled Vanderbilt 38-21. LSU ranked 13th and Mississippi ranked 20th had an absolute shootout. It was like the OK Corral with instead of bullets, it was touchdown passes and long touchdown runs. Mississippi 55, LSU 49. Dart went 26 of 39 for 389 and 4 touchdowns in the game. It took 21 points in the fourth quarter for Mississippi to come back and take the lead, and that was the game. Judikins had 33 carries for 177 yards and a touchdown in the win. JT Daniels went 27 of 36 for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns in the loss. Of course, the SEC is spreading its wings, but I still think the Pac-10 probably overall up and down is the better conference right now. Don't chew my head off. Don't hit me in the comments and say you crazy. You crazy, man. You crazy, man. I am. I'm halfway crazy, but I'm being real. As I like to say, when I get in front of this microphone, my honesty goes up worse than George Washington, for real. The 9th ranked Oregon Ducks beat up on Stanford 42-6. Iowa State played 14th ranked Oklahoma. Oklahoma drugged them boys 50-20. Dylan Gabriel went 26 of 39 for 366, 3 touchdowns, and INT in the win. My South Carolina Gamecocks traveled to the 21st ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Volunteers had them black jerseys on, looking real cool, looking real fly, looking real fresh. Game was close for a good while, and Tennessee turned it up to a whole nother notch and won the game 41-20, excuse me. 11th ranked Notre Dame played Duke, 17th ranked in Duke last night. Game day was there. Very cool atmosphere, but Notre Dame came away with the win, 21-14. Duke only scored 14 points in the second half. The score indicates that it was a close one, but Notre Dame dominated the game, and again, like their last game, they missed a lot of opportunities to score. But they held on for the win this time, unlike last week against Ohio State. The 12th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide beat up on Mississippi State 40-17, and the 7th ranked Washington Huskies won a squeaker against Arizona in Arizona 31-24. Arizona had a chance to try to get the ball back to go down and score and possibly tie or go for 2 to win the game. That did not happen, as their onside kick was recovered by Washington to seal that win. And the 25th ranked Fresno State Bulldogs hosted the Nevada Wolfpack. Fresno State came away with the win 27-9. That is my scores for today. My key meaning the game that was most interesting to me was that LSU Mississippi game. Man, I didn't see it. What game was I watching? At the time I was watching that Oklahoma Iowa State game. But looking at the highlight, not the highlights. I haven't looked at the highlights, but looking at the score and how often they scored against each other, there was no defense played. You're talking LSU being a defensive team that everyone says that their secondary is the weakest part of their defense this year, which prior years it's been noted that LSU has been DBU, but their DBs and their defense really let them down today as they surrendered 21 points in the fourth quarter to lose a game that they quite frankly should have had. But you look at what Dart did, 26 of 39 for 389, 4 TDs. But I think their biggest impact was their running back, Judikins. 33 carries in college. Whew, that's a lot. That is a lot. For 177 yards, he been pushing a 200-yard day. But he only saw the end zone one time. But he was very vital to what Mississippi was doing. Yeah. That is it for my college preview, my college scores, my college day. I will be back probably with another video, depending on how I feel about my NFL preview for this Sunday. Of course, I know a lot of you gonna say, man, you ain't want to talk about them Packers. Them Packers let that thing cut, ain't it? Yeah, they did. We did. And I'll be honest, we got the turnover. We went down and kicked a field goal, and I turned the TV. I literally turned it to a college game that I was looking at because I had some money on that too. For real, like, I'm so hopeful for my Packers, and I'm sticking to what I said. We are going to make the playoffs. Bet. But again, subscribe to Sport Breaks on Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Again, I am on all social media platforms. I am currently doing a video right now on YouTube that will be up later this afternoon. Once I finish editing it. Once I put my little hokey pokey on it, it will be up. So subscribe to me on YouTube. Subscribe to be on whatever social media platform you are on. Follow me, like the content. I have the website up now as well. So wherever you see that at, hit it, and it will get you wherever you need to go to that much more faster. So if it ain't Sport Breaks, it ain't Knowledge World. Peace.
It's freak black, nigga. Huh? Freaky. It's still PNP, nigga.